Welcome everyone to the Video Games Pickup video of December 2025, and who's to think? December came and went. I'm actually a little bit late in posting this. It's a couple days into January as I'm recording right now, but we're in a brand new year. However, there is still some unfinished business from 2025 to talk about, and that is the game pickup video. Because while I didn't get much game-wise, because I was so busy buying gifts for everyone else, I did get a couple of interesting games, and I thought we might as well talk about it. Now, before we get into it, I want to say welcome to 2026, everyone. I hope your year ended spectacularly. I hope you're ready for the new year. Do you have any resolutions? I do. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but let's just say I got big plans for this year, and one of the things you might have noticed is I kind of got rid of the facial hair. Now, there was no real reason behind doing that. You know, we'll get into the game pickup video in a second. I just thought I'd address it. But I decided to shave one day, and I actually kind of like how I look now. I don't think I need the facial hair. I think the haircut works for me. And I actually kind of think I look a lot younger. And I'm also back on my diet, so things are great. Went back to the gym today for the first time in 2 months, and that destroyed me. I didn't realize how lazy I've gotten, but that's what the holidays do. However, let's get into the games. Now, the first game I want to talk about is a Nintendo Switch game. That's actually a game that I picked up on Black Friday, however, it was not here in time. So it's a part of this month's video. And it is a game called Cocoon. Now, this looks like some kind of adventure game. It has like a really cute art style to it. It reminds me of Death's Door, which I played recently. If you want to see the back, it has like that really kind of cool art style. And I loved Death's Door, so I'm hoping it plays a little bit similar to this. The reviews online were relatively well for it. And as much as I'm not really trying to buy for Switch 1 now, there were certain games that were just on sale for Black Friday that I know are probably just going to run a lot smoother on Switch 2, and I'm always interested to kind of see what those games are. So, Cocoon I had never heard of at the time of me purchasing it, but I am intrigued in playing it. Another game I'm intrigued in playing is a game that came out about a year ago. I want to say maybe even a little bit more than a year ago. And it's been Game of the Year everywhere. And the original physical copies became so hard to find. And I did not want to buy this game digitally. And then a bunch of these retailers started announcing like new versions of physical copies. And this is the one from Amazon. And this is the Mirror Edition of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, to my knowledge, the reason this game became so hard to find physically was because it was thought that it was going to be like a niche JRPG that a lot of people weren't going to pick up, and then lo and behold, people fell in love with this game to the point where the original publishers were kind of shocked. They weren't prepared. I guess they might have only had like 1 or 2 OG print runs for this, but with it being like Game of the Year almost everywhere this year, they had another print run. Amazon had their own version of it. I think Best Buy had their own version, and even possibly GameStop. And each one is a little bit different, but when I saw the Amazon one go up for sale, I immediately had to get my hands on a pre-order. And I am excited to finally play this. I love my old school turn-based JRPGs, or just RPGs in general. And this just really looks like a modern take on almost like an old school Final Fantasy game. I know I'm showing this, and this game itself is like, again, a little bit over a year, maybe a year and a half old, but I haven't played it. Everyone tells me I have to, and I'm very excited to eventually put this in. But another game I'm very excited to play, they came out early in the month of December, which I know if you guys have the Switch 2, this is probably something you picked up also, and that is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Now, let's get into it real quick. I have a love-hate relationship with Metroid Prime, right? I first played Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii because it was a very early, not launch title, but like launch window title for the Wii. Within like the first year, Metroid Prime 3 came out, I think. And it was interesting. It was different because Prime 3 starts kind of advancing mechanics within the game, only for me to, like, years later, I think I played it in 2015, to play Prime 1 and 2 for the first time. And where I can see why people loved those games when they came out on the GameCube, I was not a big fan of Prime 1. I wanted more things to happen, and I wasn't used to the atmosphericness, I guess, of Metroid and Metroid Prime. I had never played any of the original games at that point. And then when I played Prime 2, because it was maybe 6-7 months later, I was used to it. I knew what I was getting myself into when going into it, and I loved Prime 2. Echoes, fantastic game. So, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I've heard mixed kind of reviews on. Like, certain people like certain mechanics of it, other people really don't like those same mechanics. I've heard this game kind of holds your hand a little bit, but, you know, it might be good. I don't know. I'm excited to see. I've looked at some of the reviews, but again, no review is as good as your own personal review when you first play a game for the first time, because everyone's going to have their own different opinion of how good a game is. So I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and I'm excited to say this is a very quick video this month. I didn't really get much, as I mentioned, just these 3 games, but 2 of them I know are very good. Cocoon, I didn't know much about, and I'm excited to see how I feel about this. In terms of games I've beaten recently, I've been a little busy with just life, but I did just beat Disgaea 6 for the first time yesterday, and I don't know how I felt about Disgaea 6. I love the Disgaea series, but 6 it felt like it dragged, and it wasn't even that long of a game, but it didn't have the full-on charm that Disgaea usually does. It wasn't a bad game. It was like old school, to me, traditional Disgaea, but it was missing something. It was missing a little bit of its flair, and I've read online that was a common issue with Disgaea 6, and I've heard Disgaea 7 is so much more back on track for what people want the game to be, which that is also on my backlog list to play. But those are just kind of what's been up recently with me. I gotta get to taking down the Christmas decorations, cleaning the house, maybe do another review, because I'm running a little behind on doing reviews and stuff. But if you guys got any good games this holiday season, leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. What are you excited for 2026? What was your game of the year for 2025? Let me know, guys. I will catch you later. It's time to get back to cleaning for me. See ya. Bye.